this week, right? And you've been rolling them out by hand. There is another way to make coils. Ah, Mr. Walter, why didn't you tell us beforehand? Well, that's because everybody should make some coils by hand. If you're making a few coils, it's actually faster to make them just where you're at. This is called the extruder. It has a reservoir there. And then this is your lever, slides on and off the top. It's secured in the back. Every once in a while you want to check and make sure those wing nuts are tight. And then next to it, we've got this bucket with all these round discs in it. They're called dies. Okay. This is the one that I like the best for what you're doing because the coil isn't too thick, but there are lots of different shapes in there. You can even make hollow tubes with this, but we won't go over that today. We'll go over that on another day when you want to know or when I want to tell you. Okay? This is the bottom. It's got these two notches. You take your die, put it in the bottom. There's two little posts. Those of you way in the back might be a little bit hard to see, but you take the posts and hook them underneath that notch. So like this. Then we take clay, a lot of clay, okay? It's designed so that you can't break it by levering too far down. So you have to really fill it up with clay for clay to come out the bottom. So I've got a lot of clay. And do I want soft clay or dry clay for this?
Soft.
Yeah, because you're taking a whole bunch of clay and pushing it out a little teeny hole.
Dry's gonna come out crack.
Yeah, dryer clay isn't that good for coils anyway. You know, you kind of want soft clay. Dryer clay is good for?
Dry clay would come out super crack.
Good for?
Handles and slabs.
Slabs. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to take this fulcrum, physics term, put it over the top, line this up, and I'm going to start levering down. The further out you grab, the easier it is to lever. Don't do this one. I've had people hit themselves on the head before by doing it. Okay? You are strong enough. If the clay isn't coming out the bottom, it's probably too dry. Okay? Take the clay out, get fresh clay. This one, because it's a hexagonal shape, I would then take over the table, and any coil that I make here, I would probably also roll, because it's kind of like when we scraped across the slab. When you scrape across the slab, it makes it a little bit stronger, kind of compresses everything, makes that little eggshell. Same with this, okay? But if you're going to smush your coils together so you don't see them at all, you could just start right in, then just kind of clean up your walls later. All right, last thing. Don't leave it like this, right? Because someone will be like, okay, here we go. And they're going to clothesline themselves. That was funny, but it happens. Okay, so when you're done, last person or last coil that you make, just work it back up, over to the side, turn this. Sometimes you can just kind of work the whole thing out. Hey. If it's got like some dry clay stuck on the side, just kind of pick that off. And that goes back into the bag for the next person. And that's a cut.